Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fish Stuff and Things. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a bag of old aquarium stuff I found in the garage, and we're going to be going over the stuff that was inside of it. And this is everything that was in it. There was also a bunch of airline tubing that got oil spilled on it or something, so it's really disgusting now. I'm not going to show that because it's gross and it's airline tubing. I mean, it's no different than what we use today. It's just little rubber tubes. But the more interesting things are sitting right here in front of us. Let's go over it. Right here we have some basic stuff. It's just two old air pumps. I probably didn't even need to show these either because they're basically the same thing that we use today. I did fire them up. I don't know how well they work. I didn't actually try to use them, but I did turn them on. They do vibrate. They do their thing. And let's see if we can read the text down here. I don't think it'll be very important. Yeah, not important. Warnings, stupid stuff, made in Taiwan. There's a serial number for you, 05124. If that means anything, I don't know. What's interesting is the other one is 15125, and then this one is 15124. So I found that kind of neat. And so yeah, we have these twin air pumps. They seem to work. Whoops. They seem to work. And now let's move on to the next thing. The next thing would be this little guy. As you can probably tell, it's one of these little things that goes in your fish tank, and you put an air hose into it, and then he just kind of sits there and flaps around, and as bubbles come up, and you know, whatever happens happens. He's kind of cute. Never actually used one of these guys in my tank. And so I'm not 100% sure what he does, but since his arms move around and his head kind of jiggles about, I'd imagine that that's basically what happens when you put him underwater. I might do a video in the future about, you know, testing this little guy out. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. It's a simple little thing, but I'm easily amused, so whatever. On the bottom here, whoops, yeah, when I got this, there's a whole bunch of gravel inside of it, and apparently there's still gravel inside because it's still falling out. So that's fun. On the bottom here, I think there's writing, and there might even be a date. Let's see. Possibly. Yes, indeed. It says, it's kind of hard to see on camera because of the lighting I have here, but it says Action Air, copyright 1998, pen plaques. So there's an approximate date for you. For all this stuff. I'd imagine that if this one thing is from 1998, most of the other stuff would be. And so yeah, but another thing that makes this guy a little interesting to me, like I said, I've never had one of these little Action Air guys before, so maybe this is how they all are, but there's a little plug in the back here where you put the airline tubing, but you don't put full-size airline tube. It has this adapter that was included, and so it makes it really thin. And so then that goes in the back here. Then it goes into the traditional airline tubing, and then that goes into your air pump. So, you know, say right here. And I found that kind of strange because you'd think they could just put, you know, the normal sized airline tubing on the back of this little guy, and it would make more sense. But you know what? Whatever. Their design. Next up, we have air diffusers. It says here, plastic replacement for undergravel filters. Again, I'm not testing these out because I don't have undergravel filters, or even a single undergravel filter, and I don't even run air in any of my tanks. It doesn't need it in the beta tanks. I've got loads of plants in the native tank, which is right over here to the left, to oxygenate the water, and you know, I can always test these out, but I think I get the basic idea of what they do. Instead of putting out larger bubbles your normal airstone does, they put out a mist of finer bubbles, and I guess that oxygenates the water better or something. It says here on the bottom, these diffusers are designed to filter the air as well as breaking it down to a uniform bubble. And so I guess that's what they do. Next up, we have some packets of fish food. We have Hikari Flake Tropical. Yeah, that's what they call it. And it's a little sample thing. And as you can see by this binder clip, it has been opened, which is a little bit dodgy. I don't think I'm going to use this at all. You can see That's how much is left. It's kind of powdered. Then there is Hikaria Tropical Micro Pellets, which is unopened. And in a future video, I'm going to do a video about feeding these to my fish. I think my betas will love them. I think my little bluegills will find them interesting. And if you think that would be fun, give this video a like. And let me know if you guys will find that interesting or not. And let me know in the comments too, if you think that would be safe, if there's a risk to feeding an opened bag of flake food to fish. I'm not going to feed this one to them, because it might have gone bad. But they say on the back here that this one is quote-unquote hermetically sealed. And so I'd imagine that one's totally fine, because those bags of fish food last kind of forever. But anyway, that's an overview of everything that I found in the box of old aquarium stuff. Until the next video, when I do feeding these and possibly testing out this guy as well as the air diffusers. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.